I know what you can do, change the world, I know it's true. Oh, oh.
Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. You know the drill, you know how these go. I'm going to do the full face because I want to retest some things and try out some new things that I haven't even used before. Very excited about it. What was I going to say? I don't know. Totally distracted by the birds chirping outside. Everything. I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood today, so I hope you're ready. Buckle up because I need to vent. I picked out some of the things that I haven't used yet from ShopMissA. So we're going to be working with these three palettes. This little one, this one that I haven't even tried that yet, and then this one that's all shimmers. I'm going to see if I can incorporate a look with all three of them, hopefully, if they're good. If not, this is just going to match my insides. My outsides will match my insides right now. I feel like the Grinch. The Grinch. I'm going to put on this AOA. This is one of their new primers, the Blur Affecting Face Primer. This one is in clear or transparent. I totally forgot to bring a mirror. Such is life when I'm doing this anymore, I swear. I miss a week, I miss a month, I don't know what I'm doing. Back to square one. I just like to press this in to the exact areas that I want to blur, or, you know, my pores are just being assholes. This has a very like silky texture, like that silicone texture of all the blur affecting or pore affecting kind of items. It works okay for $1. It's like amazing, but it's not a cure-all. Like none of them really are. Now I want to try this out again, and if it doesn't work this time, I'm putting it in the negatives from ShopMissA, which will be coming soon. But I tried this with a sponge, and I wanted to give it a go with a brush and see if that made it any better, because with a sponge, this just like, it was really, really dewy and sticky. It didn't have much coverage. It broke up in certain spots on my face, which doesn't happen very often with me at all, so I want to try this again a little bit of a different way and see if it has a different outcome. So I'm going to use this. I got this at TjMaxx for a couple of bucks. It's the It Cosmetics Skin Perfecting CC Plus brush. But, you know, it could be a good buffing brush, whatever. So talking about the Grinch, you guys, I feel like such an a-hole this winter, this Christmas season. Things are so tough because of COVID. It's more rough for more people than ever, and it's just really starting to get to me, and I feel like I'm failing as a parent and as a wife. I feel like the steps I took to regain my mental health is just, you know, like in the shitter. I'm just having a really, really hard time, and I feel like all of these things are going on around us, but there's this huge chunk of people, I'm sure you have at least one of them in your family, that wants to still act like things like this are not happening. Like you can still get together, you can still see each other, you don't have to wear masks around each other. And it's just very upsetting because they take it like you don't want to see them, you know, or you're just making excuses, and it's not like that. I have children. I'm worried about my kids, and I don't know. It seems like the people that are most at risk are the ones that are kind of goofing off. Okay, so this was even worse with a brush. It's so streaky. It's so blotchy. It's clinging to all the little issues I have on my face. I got this because I was pretty sure that Taylor Wynn had recommended this, and she said she loved it, but she must have a completely different skin type than me, because barf, this is really, it doesn't even feel good on my skin. It feels greasy. So I'm going to go back in with their silicone dipped sponge, which I love these. I'm accidentally using the wrong end though. I'm supposed to use a silicone end so it doesn't soak up as much, but I just accidentally put a shit ton on, so go ahead and sew it up, baby. I feel like this shit's gonna make me break out. Which, because of all the stress, I have been breaking out so bad, and because I've been falling asleep without washing my face, And that's screwing everything up as well. So, why not? 2020 is just, it really sucks. I know it's been a great year for some people. For me, not so much. I can say I do not like this foundation whatsoever. Ugh, not even in the least. I don't like it. It's clinging to every little dry patch I didn't even know I had. Okay, it's clinging to everything. It's like building up around my lips. It's building up around my nose. It's clinging to even dry spots on my lids. Like, my lids are oily. What is going on? I don't like the look of this one bit. I'm going to go in with the Covergirl Concealer and try to fix this. I haven't used this Covergirl Concealer in a long time. It's the True Blend Undercover. So I can't remember how I feel about it. So I'm going to use this again. I love the huge doe foot. That's nice. I'm going to try to conceal areas that are messed up from this foundation. Like, I want to say this foundation, it's not good for anyone because it makes you greasy. So if you're oily, then you're not going to like it just from the texture and feel, and it might break you out. And if you're dry, it's going to cling to everything. Well, it definitely helped. Definitely helped, but it is caking around my nose so bad. This foundation is horrid. I'm going to go in with the AOA. This is their perfect, like, loose powder, loose setting powder. And this is in brightening. And I'm just going to put this under my eyes before my under eyes crease too much. They always crease. It's the way of life. Anything that says that it'll help stop creasing, it's just not true. Because if you have natural creases under your eye, it doesn't matter what you use, you will crease. Your products will crease. Just the name of the game. We're human. There are just some things that will almost make the creases stand out, and I think that that's what, you know, the companies mean, but marketing. And then I'm going to use the Cala. This is one of their professional brushes, the powder one. Love it. This is a rounded powder, and I'm going to go in with the pressed perfect setting powder and translucent and just set this because it feels so tacky and sticky. I'm sticky, Niki. Oh. I did my brows off camera just because I'm using the same thing that I've been using, the AOA pencil and then the Amuse Duo brow thingy. So I've been loving these. I think they're great. I think they are really great for $2 to have really good looking brows. I'm down with that. So now I'm going to go in with the new soft base from AOA. This is one of their nude eye primers. They have a couple. I had the tacky one that's for glitter too, but then there's another one after that. So I've used this once. I like it. I think it's great so far. It reminds me a lot of the MAC paint pots because it's almost like a concealer for your eyeball. It makes everything stand out. It erases any wrinkles. What am I doing? What are you doing? It erases any wrinkles on my eyelids, or I don't mean wrinkles. Veins, any veining that I have that you can see through my eyelid skin. Oh, that sounds gross. I'm just winning today. So how are you guys doing for Christmas? We are not going anywhere, I don't think. We might, but probably doubtful. We really don't have any money to do very much of anything for our kids. I talked to you guys about that on Instagram. It's kind of a really sad thing, and you know, it's the time. It's happening a lot for everybody. The whole COVID thing has put a real damper on a lot of stuff, and because it happened so quickly, like dominoes almost, in my husband's field of work, you know, we didn't have time to get any kind of emergency services or help or anything like that, and I refuse to ever unless it's like absolutely necessary to live, I refuse to ever try to get back on food stamps or welfare or anything like that, because the hoops that they make you jump through, they're not there to help you in New York. They give you just enough to have to constantly depend on them, and you can never do better. I can't do that. Like, I can't do that. My eyelids look like shit. And it's not because of this. It's because of the foundation that I accidentally got on my eyelids up here. It looks so cakey and disgusting. Okay, let's just move on. I'm going to go in with this Amuse palette. I'm not using you. I'm going to go in with this Amuse palette, and I'm going to go in with this color here and just put it in the transition. Start building up some color. I'm going to go in with the crease brush that I got from Cala. It's their professional crease brush. This actually has a mirror in it, which is super cool. I'm going to try to cover all of this yuck on my eyelids right now with some color. Oh, this is nice. It's blending really, really nice. So as I was saying, you know, we can't do that, and it makes more problems for us than it helps. And neither one of us have a lot of help family-wise. So we're kind of on our own with it, and it's scary because you can't even really be out in public doing anything, you know, to fix the situation. And the government is not helping at all with their stimulus checks and stuff like that. So it's been rough, and we try to talk to the kids about it. Not all of the details, but you know how Christmas is going to be what it is. And my son Kingston, who is almost 8 years old, he thought that he was on Santa's bad list or something. And when I tell you that my heart shattered, my heart shattered. And that's why I haven't been on much or been on Instagram much or anything. I feel degraded and humiliated and sad and heartbroken. So I'm going to go in with this other Amuse palette. It's a little trio for smoky, stunning smoky eyes in 3 steps. Ooh. So it looks like this. It's got a matte black, matte brown, and then like a shimmer champagne. I'm going to go in with that brown and just kind of darken up my crease. I thought that had a mirror on it. I'm honestly going crazy too. Oh my god, my leg is so numb. I literally can't feel it all the way up to my thigh. Oh, I can't even move it. Oh. I'm going to go back in with that concealer, and I'm going to take the Urban Studios pencil. This isn't a pencil brush that I got on ShopMissA, and I'm just going to cut my crease. See what we can do. This is where the technical stuff comes in, and we know if we're screwed or not. Cross your fingers, guys. Cross your fingers. It could all go wrong from here. Alright, now that we did that, I'm going to go in with this. Oh boy. I really want to touch that orange fire shade. I want that on my lids. So that is what we're going to do. Oh, please work. Sometimes makeup is scary. I think the reason that I'm most heartbroken about it, to be honest, is because my kids have been so good through this whole thing. About COVID, you know, growing up in a pandemic, being stuck in the house constantly, you know, having to go through hardships of not getting things right at school because there's such a mix-up and, like, confusion with everything that's going on. They've just done so good, and they deserve it. They deserve, like, a huge Christmas, and they just deserve it. I'm going to go back in with that brown and just put it on the outer V, darken it up a little bit, and then I'm going to go into the black. Wish me luck. A cheaper black, it's either going to suck or it's going to be very pigmented and I'm going to be screwed. It's a very dry black, which is a little scary. It's not too bad. It's a little hard to work with, but most blacks are. It's a little dry, so you have to work with it a little bit more, but not too bad, I don't think. I'm going to take the shimmery shade right there, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. Maybe even the inner corner, I'm not sure. I might use another one. We don't know. Let's put this on the brow bone first. Oh, that's not bad. It's got a nice shimmer to it. The black is dry in this trio. The brown is amazingly creamy, and the shimmer is pretty creamy and nice too. So the black is the only thing that you're going to have to work with a bit, but I've seen that on $60 palettes too, so it's kind of nothing new. I'm going to go a little bit lighter today, and I'm going to go in with one of the AOA Faux Mink lashes in Christine. These are a little bit more natural. Might look a little bit better with mascara on after I put them on. They look very, very little and light. They're just going to give me like a more natural whoosh. I probably, if I realized I was going to do such a crazy look, I would have gone a little bit more dramatic, but hey, it is what it is. I want to see how natural these look, so I'm going to throw them on and I'll be right back. Now that I have them on and they're drying a little bit, I'm going to go back in with all of the mattes that I used and just bring it all together as usual underneath the eye. So beyond all of that, we're just really, because we know so many people who are going through this same situation, we are just trying to keep positive and do things together. It's hard, it's rough, but you know, what are you gonna do? There's nothing I can do. If I could, I would have done it by now. I guess we just need to be more prepared for, you know, bad things to happen. Even our car broke down, so it's like, you know, it's not easy when you live paycheck to paycheck. It's not easy to save money. It's not easy to do things. If one bad thing happens, that takes us out. I'm sure many of you know what I mean. I just feel bad because, you know, my kids didn't ask for that. Believe me when I say their schooling is so important to me, because I was allowed to just quit school at 16 years old. My parents did not seem to care that much, and my child will not be doing that. My children will be going to college and doing something with their life. I'm going to go in with the Most Story. I don't really care for this at all, but it is good for false lashes. So I'm going to just go in with this and melt these together. It is a nice eyelash, but more natural. You know, it looks like your real lashes, just thicker and darker, and who doesn't want that? You don't always want to look like you're wearing false lashes, you know? You want to look like it's natural, like it's supposed to be there sometimes. I told you guys I didn't like this mascara, but I hold on to things like this because when they dry out, I want to retest them to see if it's different. That's how I get a full review on items. And I have a video, probably a couple up on my channel from a long time ago, about things that I hated right away but then ended up loving. And that can happen a lot with mascara. I'm going to take the Cala bronzing brush. I love this thing so much. It's been a huge hit. And I'm going to take the e.l.f. this dirty ass thing I've been holding up the whole time. This is the e.l.f. Total Face Palette. If you guys are not new here, you know how much I love this. Just the bronzer out of it, but I love it. It's great for like fair skin tones, but they have them for all skin tones. Well, probably not all skin tones, but they go pretty dark on it. For blush, I'm going to use one of the single Amuse blushes. I don't use the brush. I don't know which one this is in. Mix B2. It is more on the, excuse me, woo, more on the darker side, but comes with a mirror. I haven't tried these yet. Ooh, very powdery. It's almost the same color as my bronzer. That's not a bad thing, I don't think. For a highlight, what I wanted to do was go in with these Glow Baby drops from AOA. I have used this before and it did not mess up the powder or foundation on me. So I want to try that again, but I'm also going to try something else on top of it afterwards. It's such a pretty liquid highlighter. And I don't use liquid anything, and I think these are gorgeous. Very silky, and you can put them over powder. That's the only way I've done it, and it's great. But on top of them, I want to go in with the Halo. This is AOA's highlighters, and this is in Blissful. This is a gorgeous highlight. Oh, she is. I'm going to go in with the A+ setting spray. I really like this. I think it's great. You have to like clean the nozzle off though, or it goes crazy on you. I think for a lip I want to go more on the nude side because I have a pretty dramatic eye going on. I don't know how that happened. Maybe. I think I'm going to try Shore from ShopMissA. Their lipsticks, lovely. They just need to come out with a better line of them, like more lines, more colors. I think I might put a little bit of this Maybelline lipstick I have. What is it? It's like Maybelline and Puma. They collaborated and made a liquid lipstick. I don't even know how long ago that was. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on. Alright, so this is the look. I think eyes-wise, these actually worked very well. $3 for this eye look. Not bad at all. I do not like that foundation. It was horrible. I will leave everything that I used listed down below in the description box if you guys want to check it all out. A lot of this was only $1, and a lot of it is some amazing hits. I will keep you guys updated on how everything is going. Thank you so much for listening to me vent today. Thank you for the therapy session. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.